7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just seeing how everybody's making out today. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well this week. It's crazy that time is flying. Before you know it, Super Bowl is right around the corner on February 9th. It's crazy that things are blowing by pretty quick. Martin Luther King holiday was wonderful too. Prayers and blessings to him and his family. Um, Hoping everybody understands about the civil rights and stuff like that. I hope everybody gets to that point. Um, everybody got to realize everybody has to learn their stuff. That's why I'm here to educate everyone, knowing I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a police officer or a PI, a private investigator or anything. I'm just here doing my deal and telling the truth and giving people information that they need to know so these cops do not violate your rights. Now, I noticed that there was some stuff going on with Donald Trump. Donald Trump criticizing people, criticizing, some stuff. It's crazy. Like what I would what I would do if I was in Donald Trump's position right now will be to worry about us people first. Give us a tax break. Um, Knowing he's a businessman, he should really decrease a lot of stuff. He should drop the inflation, get things back to the state that it should be in. Things should be a lot better and processed easier for us to survive. There's people out there that are struggling. Even middle class people are struggling because the way the inflation is killing everything. Food, gas. I mean, gas I think is $2.99 or $3 a gallon. Certain gas stations are a little bit more due to certain towns probably charging for more of a tax. Um, I just want everybody to know that we need to fight for ourselves and save money and kind of budget things out and do things up. Um, Today is sunny out, light clouds with 30 to 35 degrees, light breeze, if anything. Tonight is between 10 and 25 degrees. It depends on where you guys are near the water or down south. It's usually more mild down south. Um, Traffic is all over. Pretty much everybody's, proceeding. I say 8 and 10. My main respect was talking about too. The thing I do not agree with is how cops only get 4 weeks or 6 weeks of training, and they're out on the front line to protect and serve. When the lawyers got to deal with prosecutors, lawyers got to deal with um, they work with the justice and dealing with the judge and the jury and everything else. I do think, because this is what I'm thinking. Good afternoon, Ant Stone. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Um, and if anybody wants to come in and comment, feel free to come in, comment, talk. Feel free to ask, talk to questions. I do think it's wrong. I do think that police officers and stuff like that actually do law enforcement, I do think that they need. How you doing? Hey, gaming. How you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. 1:43 p.m. in the afternoon. Uh, yeah, the thing that really sickens me is how these cops get 4 weeks to 6 weeks per take of training. And then going right out on the front line and then protecting and serving our communities all over New Jersey, Staten Island, New York, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts, Maine, the whole works. And it's really, really sad how these cops are doing bad things and they're not getting caught for it. And I do think what these cops need is, I think they need a lot more training. They need a lot more time, and especially how to control themselves with excessive force and how they treat any kind of race people. It could be Spanish, Dominican, Black, Haitian, whatever it is. Everybody's got to respect each other. And the police departments, they're racially profiling people. They are. They're racially profiling people, just like what happened with me. How the cops, just because I was white, and they were starting stuff with me, they were black. Black officers arrest me. To me, that's considerably, to me, as a racist profile type deal. On top of other things. Um, Now, when it comes to the police will do anything. They don't care. They'll arrest anybody because they need to do their job. And, the state or government or city, they need to come up with money to pay for these officers and pay for things to be done. I should be back. Just give me 1 second, guys. like I said, everybody, I do apologize for the interruption. Yeah, so you know what it is with these people, and I think somebody's interfering with things with my phone. They're trying to stop me from telling the truth and what needs to be put out. So you know, these cops, they like to play tactics. They like to play certain kind of ways of doing things. They like to intimidate. They also like to do some kind of tactics with people, and also, like I said, entrapment. Sometimes people set people up. Cops bring people here to set people up, to start things with people. That means to intimidate and cause problems with people. And I do think that cops do that. I really do think, because when they want criminals off the road or the street or whatever they want out of their neighborhood, they're gonna do what they got to do to push it. And it's coming down to a word, like I told you, I did my part now, and I'm gonna let these officials do their job. They need to do what needs to be done. You know, with me, I think to me it was a racist thing. I definitely know it was a racist thing. That's the most definite thing, that these cops are out on force still. The ones that arrested me, I'm gonna eventually get their names. Also, like I said, I gave you all the info on all the officers that did violate my rights and what they did to me. And you know, what is that called? Violated my Fourth Amendment right. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. You know, but I'm doing what I can. I'm teaching you guys. I'm gonna give you guys much information. Oh, what I was trying to say about the lawyers, about the police. Excuse me. That's what I was trying to say about the police. How like the police only get, you know, between, I think it's 3 to 4 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks of training. You know, or 6 weeks. It depends. Wherever gets more, and these cops just get thrown on the force, and it's just wrong, because they need to know about things. They need to know how to use force, how to do legal force and not excessive force, and on top of how they approach professionally or not professionally. We don't know how things are going to be, but that's why, you know, why lawyers got to go through 7 years of college just to get their lawyer degree and everything else, and go through criminal justice and stuff like that, just so they can get their stuff going, because they have to deal with the judge. They got to deal with a prosecutor. They have to deal with the jury if it comes to a trial. You know, a lot of stuff is going on, and you know, this is the reason why, like, they have to do it. But I do think, personally, to be honest, and I noticed people were doing 2 likes, I do think that people need to understand, and I think Governor Murphy, these county officials, I do think they need to come down to where these officers need to get trained better. They need to get trained more, and know things, what they can and can't do to us Americans. They have to understand. These cops, they just jump on things to arrest people. They want to do things to people, and that's it. I think it's wrong. I do think they need to get trained, I think, for at least a year. At least that's extra term time for them to learn what to do and what not to do to people. I do think that's agreeable. They got to study. They have to do all this type of work. How the judge is going to do things. How the lawyer is going to have to proceed with the trial. You know, there's a lot that could be done. But the police department's up in the front line. They should know what to do and what not to do. And especially doing a traffic stop. A lot of these cops, they like to make probable cause. That's what it is. They do a traffic stop. Oh, there's marijuana. Did you smoke any marijuana today? Did you smoke any THC? Or do you have any alcohol? And they'll just have any kind of way just to search the car. Have a canine out there and do what they and a lot of times they do illegal searches on us people. They do a lot of illegal things. That's why I have to do what I got to do to help you guys and teach you guys what to do and what not to do. When it comes to traffic stop, always record. Right by the law. Do things illegally. You do things illegally, you do think that they need to know about it. And the trooper, you know, doing the wrong thing, violating my 14th and the Fourth Amendment, just so because he did the traffic violation, that's bullshit.